I didn't know. I didn't know that was on the agenda. But I did basically, you know, a lot of people don't utilize some very powerful resource, which is Google. And when I heard Mark Hackman on the Wednesday training say, you know, export your phone contacts into an Excel spreadsheet. And so I basically did exactly that. I Googled, how do you export your phone contacts into an Excel spreadsheet? And then Google tells you. So everybody's got different phones and different devices, so I can't really, I know iPhone and I know Apple, Mac. I don't know Androids.
Well,
I
that's
don't
a
know
good thing because I have iPhone.
PCs. Okay.
So I'm listening.
Okay, good. So for iPhones, but basically what I'm saying is everybody can basically do essentially what I did, which is to Google it. And you'll get different answers, and you can tailor it to your particular situation by asking. It's, you know, kind of like what we already do. Ask the right questions, you get the right answer. Ask the wrong questions, you get, no matter what answer you get, it won't matter. So basically the question was, how do you export your phone contacts into an Excel spreadsheet? Now, what I discovered, and thanks to Albert, because he's got an Android and he's got a PC, that there are, for those situations, for Android, there are multiple ways of doing it. You don't have to just put it into an Excel spreadsheet if what the ultimate goal is to basically have it on a piece of paper. That's really, you know, so it's like, want it on paper. Now, Excel is a great way of putting it on paper. I had to fiddle around with Excel itself to print it out the way I wanted it to, because, you know, Excel is a computer program, and it's kind of like has all these different columns and stuff. Quite honestly, I don't really know how to use Excel. I know people that are really good at it, and they just swear by Excel, and they just can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. But for purposes of getting your phone contacts onto a piece of paper, for iPhone, you can get a phone app that is called Export Contacts. Export Contacts, and there are a number. You know, you'll go to your app store, and you'll see a few different options. Some of them are paid. You don't need the paid one. Because really all you're going to do is use it probably once, and maybe later on down the line when you get a gazillion more contacts. But basically, there's one that's free. Again, it's called Export Contacts, and it has the icon is a silhouette of three heads with dark blue background. Apparently there's one that's got three heads and it's got a light blue background, and that's not the one. So again, I discovered that because of Albert followed the instructions, but he came up with something that wasn't the right thing. Again, because he's got an Android. So for iPhone, Export Contacts, you download that app, and then when you open the app, it's going to tell you watch this video. So that's the catch. You're forced to watch an advertisement before you can use it. Okay, so you watch the video, it's like 20 seconds. Then you close the advertising window. Now you go into what you want to do, and you just basically click export contacts, you export contacts, and then you'll have a window, and it'll ask you what format do you want it in. Actually, you get four choices. One of them is XLS. XLS is basically, it's like .pdf or .xls. .xls is the Excel format. So you click that, and then, okay, now it's going to ask you, where do you want it? So you choose Dropbox. You may or may not have Dropbox, but a lot of people do. What is Dropbox? Dropbox is basically a storage, a free storage in the cloud. So it's a place where you can put information, files, pictures, anything you want goes to Dropbox. So it goes to Dropbox in the cloud. Now, how do you get it out of Dropbox? So now on your computer, you need the Dropbox application, right? So you have the Dropbox on your computer. Now you go to Dropbox on your computer, and then boom, there it is. And then you download it from the cloud into your Dropbox on your computer, and that will go into Excel. If you have to have Excel, of course. So that's why I said there are other options on how to download it if you don't have Excel. So the things you need are Dropbox, Excel on your computer, Dropbox and Excel on your computer. And before you get there, you go to your App Store and you look up export contacts. But what I would basically do is Google it. Google it because it's gonna tell you everything I just said, but it'll be better because you can actually see it written out, and it'll go 1, 2, 3. Do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. So basically, Google how to export contacts from my phone to Excel or to Dropbox. I guess you could do it like that. Or, no, actually not Dropbox, to my computer. Because you may not use Excel. Some people don't have it. Most people do, but some don't. So if you happen to be one of those people, and you can basically, what I found out from Albert is it can go into your Gmail. So it can be downloaded into an email in your Gmail. I don't know how that looks. I have to explore that. So, what was amazing to me about having done that, and for me, it took 5 minutes. I mean, literally from like Googling it to getting it into the Dropbox and Excel, it was a 5-minute operation. But what shocked me was how many contacts I have. I could not believe it. I thought I had, I know I had a lot, but I didn't think I had that many. I thought I had like 1,500, maybe 2,000. I had like 10,000. I was like, what? And it's like, and when you put it into Excel, okay, you might have phone numbers, or you might just have the emails, or you might have both. Whatever information your phone has on the people, it puts it into the Excel spreadsheet. It might be like what business they're in, what their job is, if you happen to, maybe you put all that information in. It might be they're on Facebook Messenger, so it tells you their Facebook Messenger ID, so you can contact them that way. Some people has their home address, if you put that in. But whatever information that you put into your phone, it'll put it into this organized manner in Excel, and you can just basically call them, email them, send them a postcard or whatever, But it's incredible. It really is. I mean, you basically have a whole new list of people. So you're definitely not talking 150 contacts. No. Everybody has way more than 150 contacts in their phone. I can guarantee you that. And you're going to have way more than even you think you have. So there you go. You have a whole new contact list of people. And you can just write out it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying we thank you because I don't know for anybody else, but I have Dropbox. I just haven't been able to figure out how to extract the stuff in it. So you just how to pull it. So I learned 2 things this morning. I learned how to get something on Excel spreadsheet, and I learned how to extract it out of the Dropbox. So I was happy as a pig in mud. But before I start sloshing around, before I start sloshing around, the thing is that we're into a business that, you know, both internet and physical. And the key to the business is that nothing happens until something is sold. Now, some people claim that they don't have access to people who would like to buy, but if you have the numbers in your phone, you have access. The question isn't that I don't have access. The question is, do I understand that fortune is in the follow-up? If we don't follow up, if we don't talk to the individuals, if we keep the business a secret, you're going to have exactly what you're looking for. Secret results, nothing. You know, a pack of patches is $79, and when you think about it, okay, and I'm talking about the 24 because all the others are workable, but 24 is the only one that really and truly you should be buying. If it's a customer and I'm selling them a pack of patches, I'm selling them the 24. Why? On a best case scenario, that's a month's supply. Okay? On a best case scenario, that's a month's supply. So why would I want to sell them 2 patches at $12 when they could get 24 at $79? Okay? I mean, show the customer the difference, and in most cases, they will go for it. Okay? Understand that we get paid the big bucks because we solve big challenges. So the more challenges you get, the happier you should be, because it means that the more money you're going to make. The question is, who do I go after? You know, a lot of people concentrate on who do I know that has paid. And it seems as though we keep climbing the ladder of how much pain can I find? Okay, it's painful talking to people about the amount of people they know that are in pain. Okay, the business is wide open. Okay, because if I'm talking to somebody, my question is, who do you know? I don't care if the person standing in front of me on 2 crutches. Who do you know? Okay, that means that they're going to include themselves in who do you know. I could assume that they're in pain. Somebody needs to go to Star 6. I can assume that they're in pain and talk to them about pain, but I'm going to leave there with what I have in front of me. Okay? The success here is putting patches on people, getting results, but remember that the patch is not alone. You know, the patch is just the key that opens the door. If you're going to the printer and you want to print some stuff, okay, when you open the door, is he only going to have white paper, black ink, and ask you, what can I print for you on this white paper or black ink? No, he has an array of paper, array of boards, array of different things. He has an array of machines, and he can do a whole bunch of things that you hadn't thought about, and his job is to upsell. The challenge that we have here is that we are not upselling. You know, you go to the grocery store to get a chicken, and the meat department is way down in the back, and there's no way you can get from the front to the back without seeing the ketchup and the seasonings and the chocolates and the candies and the cakes and all sorts of stuff you're going to go buy before you arrive there. Okay, you might be directed through the vegetable section. The point is that they're upselling you. Without saying a word, they're upselling you. But what I find is that when I do research, a lot of people are just selling the product and saying, okay, I got the part sold. Next, let me find another person. No. Has nothing to do with that. Your money is in the upsell. The person that you sold if you pick up the phone, if you've done 10 sales to date, and you call those 10 people, okay, first things first is that don't treat them like if they are strangers. Okay, so you call them up and you ask them how they're doing. Because the person has bought a product from you doesn't mean that the person no longer should be talking to you. Okay? Product works. Everybody has a result. I'm fired up and wired just to talk to the person. So that's the first thing. Fortune is in there, follow up. So I follow up with the person. I want to know how they're doing. Okay, how you doing? Having a fantastic day? I expect them to have a great day because they got product from me. Okay, if you didn't think that the product was going to work, then you shouldn't have sold them. Okay, I think that the product is going to work. I've had people from 3 minutes up. Okay, it seems that every time I do this, it gets shorter because people are getting faster results. Okay, the first point is that part of that is the words that you say. Okay, when I introduce this to somebody and I say, let me give you a patch, I put the patch on and I say, okay, I'm going to touch back base with you in 15 minutes to half an hour. What? Yeah, because, I've had people have results in 3. Okay? I know you're going to have results within that time frame I just gave you. Okay? What am I doing? I am putting the suggestion into that person's mind that in 15 minutes to 30 minutes, their challenge is going to be gone. That's the first positive. The second positive is once I call them back and they tell me they feel great, I'm going to say, okay, now that I know that I've covered your challenge, okay, let's get you a pack or 2. Okay, I have people that are doing $100 a pack of 24 and picking up their money like bingo. Okay, because it works. The results are positive. But the next question is, besides this, tell me something. I know when we talked, you told me that you had X or Y challenge. Maybe we were in the gym and their challenge was just that they're tired from the workout and that's why they needed the patch. But I'm going to say now, listen, tell me something. Who do you know that would like to feel better? Okay? Who do you know that would like to have more energy? Okay? Who do you know that, has a physical challenge? When I say physical, I'm thinking about maybe, somebody who has diabetes, maybe, somebody who has lupus, maybe, somebody who has a challenge where they have inflammation in the body. The person says, how do I know that? I say, well, guess what? The mere fact that you ask me that question means that you have inflammation in your body because everybody does. Isn't that amazing? Okay, we have a product just for you. Now, I know you didn't know that you had inflammation in the body, but if you start doing the right things, it's going to take the inflammation out of your system, and it's going to get you set the way you should be operating. Let me explain. I used to have this arthritic problem, and when I tried to close my left hand, my ring finger would stick. As a matter of fact, my ring finger got so fat that my ring was very happy staying on, okay, because I couldn't take it off. I started taking this product, and you know what happened? My fingers started bending again. I could almost make a fist. I'm not to a full fist yet, but I'm almost there. I'm way closer than I used to be, okay? So who do you know that has arthritis? Who do you know that has pain in their joints? Okay, who do you know that would like to get rid of inflammation? You know what I discovered? I started taking this product that we have called Probiotic, and I've lost about 50 pounds. But one of the things I discovered as I was losing the weight is that by taking the Theramel, the inflammation in the body okay, I started losing inflammation out of my body. So I no longer get up and have these plump, juicy ankles sometimes. You know, I get up in the morning and I push my ankles and they don't push back. Okay? That's an amazing thing. Okay? So the point is, who do you know that might want to lose some weight? Okay? I'm standing up in front of a person that weighs 280 pounds and they're going, you understand? All I'm doing is creating openings. You can either do it on your first go around or you can do it on your second go around. In a lot of cases, because I walk and talk, okay, I don't know who I'm going to run into. Okay, a lot of the people I deal with I've never met. Okay, so why do I say that? You know, I'm sitting here outside of Donut King. Donut King is one of the top donut restaurants in the country, in the top 5, I think, right now. And they're actually Australian. I wanted to buy the franchise, I know. But they're Australian, make really good donuts. Okay? Who do I know? I don't know who I'm going to meet in there. I'm going to say good morning, and somebody's going to smile at me and say good morning. That's a conversation. Okay? I might be going to the laundry and I meet somebody. See, a lot of people have to go out of their way to meet people, but just have fun today. Okay? If you go everywhere you go, if you're doing business with somebody, I don't care if it's Donut King, your shoe shine guy, or the person that washes your car. Okay? Here's a simple statement. All right? You know, I've been coming here for the last 6 to 8 months, last 2 years, last 5 years, and I just saw something that I think they may be interested. And I was wondering if I was worth 15 minutes of your time. Okay? I was wondering if I am worth 15 minutes of your time. I dare you to talk to a business person that you do business with, that you pay money to ask them that question, okay, and have them look you in the face and say, no, because I'm walking out of that door and I'm never walking back. Okay? I can't be giving you my money and you telling me I'm not worth 15 minutes. Okay, I didn't ask you to buy anything. I asked you to give me 15 minutes so I could share an idea. Okay? Those are the keys that you accumulate. You accumulate people as you go. Okay? You pick up different individuals. In every single city that I look at, there are groups of individuals that you can communicate with. There are meetup groups that meet every morning. Okay? So if you find yourself in a dry spell, okay, you know, I don't want to look at my phone. I don't know anybody. Well, guess what? I have discovered that every time I go through my phone, I get more people. But there are groups that meet every single day. Okay? They meet for breakfast, they meet for lunch, they meet at dinner time. So you can find groups that you can go to. So you have an array of systems in front of you. Do I want to work with what I have or what I know? Do I want to work with people I haven't met? Okay, because some people have changed companies so often that they don't want to go talk to the people they know, okay, because they've been trying to find something beyond for the last 6 months, the last 5 years, and they've gone through a number of companies being there for them. Okay, the beauty is that Care Beyond is there for you. We have a fantastic product. We have a result-oriented product. We have a product that everybody that uses it has a result. We just have to find out a need, want, and desire. Okay? They have, you know, we have a training manual that I'm sure everybody on this line has received. The only question I have to ask is how many of you have used it, okay? It doesn't make any sense in your drawer, in your bag, on the table, on the desk, unless you use it, okay? I'm getting ready to wrap up trainings here on that manual because it's well put together, okay, and it's going to take you to the next level. It's systematic in design, okay? It's nothing new, okay? Coach and I have been doing the same thing forever, right? The point is that it's just a matter of using it, okay? Having the list on an Excel spreadsheet is absolutely phenomenal, but it doesn't work unless you make a phone call, okay? If you don't make a phone call, it's not going to work, okay? I'm going to push him out and ask if there are any questions that anybody has today that could help them change their business that we can answer.
Chris, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I want to jump in. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Three things from this morning, and Chris did an incredible job as he always do. And so if you've been listening, my notes, the first thing I gathered was the power of what Chris asked Peter. And so let's say that you've got 5 people in your organizations. We've got people on this line that's got 10 people in their organization. Some's got 20. But let's assume that you got an average of 10 people. And they did exactly what Peter talked about. And so because Peter knows how to do it with the iPhone, you could hook up a Zoom, and show your team, Peter, or anybody else who's on the line that's got an iPhone to do that. But with 10 people in your organization and using your phone, Peter is to the other galaxy with 10,000 or 5,000. But it would be easy to have everybody that would have a minimum of 150. And we have always talked about 150. What I learned from that is that you can definitely show people how to get to their 150. So 20 times 150, it would be awesome on the team. Second thing I picked up from what Chris pointed out was a 2-step follow-up, which I never thought of. Okay? So the doctor, you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a pill. Could be a placebo. And he puts in your subconscious mind, go home, take this for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and you're going to feel better. Well, by telling them that they're going to have an expectation or a certain result, within, I generally say 99% of the people I visit and I speak with will get a result within a half an hour. All right? But then Chris is saying, I'm going to call you or you call me. All right? And that's exactly what I did on Saturday. And he said running into people. Saturday, all I did was open the door for a young lady. She came in, she smiled at me. We went over, ordered my coffee. I was at Starbucks, ordered my coffee, waiting for my prospect. And she came up to me and started a conversation. And I said, my regular thing, what do you know that's got pain in the body? Or pain? And she said, look, I wear a patch, $700 a month. I went, what? Wow. Well, Coincidentally, I've got something. I don't know if it will work for you, but it's worked for 99% of the people I give it to, and that's exactly what Chris just talked about. And she called me back. The problem is, when she called me back, I couldn't find my phone. So today, I'm going to get back in contact with her. So what Chris talked about is a two-step follow-up. And if we're doing the two-step follow-up, it is incredible what could happen. And are we doing it? Every single person on this line has been able to get a minimum of 5 sales. There's not one person online that has not gotten a minimum of 5 sales. Well, let's assume that we've got 25 or 30 people on the line today. 25 people going back to those 5, look at the result just listening to Chris this morning. Now, you've got whatever date it is, you've got like 5, 6, 7 days to close your month out. So just listening to this one conversation that Chris just spoke about, what impact you could have with your immediate volume between now and the end of the month if we put it to work right away. And then what he talked about is creating new possibilities every single day. Saturday morning, I did not go looking for that young lady. All I did was open the door. That's what my mama told me a gentleman should do. And that was it. And I want to congratulate Trevor, because what that taught me was belief. Mark held up a $50 bill, and he said, I will give this $50 to somebody who will have somebody meet me in California. The funny thing, Mark wasn't even at the presentation because he was ill. But Trevor rose to the challenge. And Trevor's person was the first person there. The guy was there at 9 o'clock. We didn't start until 10:04 because they were waiting for me. And Tim called, and I said, no, man, go ahead. I'm lost. But what I do is old school. I go and I meet my prospects. So I met one prospect, and then I put him in front of me. So the car was in front of me, and I was driving behind him. All right? So if he got lost, I got lost. And we both got lost together, but I tell you what, he wound up, and it was somebody I hadn't seen in like 12 years, but I got a pro associate on Saturday, old school. He drove his car, I drove mine, but he put that thing in his the address in his phone after we got lost. But guess what? We got lost together, but he signed up, excited, out of his mind. And the event was great. If we had time, perhaps tomorrow we'll have Cheryl, but the company, Tim took our old team out for dinner. And let me tell you, I've been to a lot of Super Saturdays, but it's